Yeah. Meghan's huge Instagram mistake. Exposed clues are mounting daily about Meghan Markle's next move. But there's one big downfall with her big plan. Hello, and a very warm welcome to LVT News Channel. We may not have realized it at the time, but something big happened in the final weeks of 2017. The list actress Meghan Markle was going to marry into the royal family. And so with history bucketing and tiaras waiting to be worn, we saw the official parting of ways between Meghan Markle and her oversaturated personal Instagram. Upon marrying her friends, she was going to immediately get a lot of money, a lot of fame and a lot of clout. She wouldn't have to try and climb the ladder of social media ever again. Well, iron aid Meghan Markle. And now here we are 5 years later with almost daily reports suggesting that Meghan Markle is going to make her return to Instagram any minute now. News that they keep trying to tell us is really exciting. But I'm just not feeling the excitement yet. There certainly are clues. To be fair, last year, she told journalist Alice and P. Davis, "Do you want to know a secret? I'm getting back on Instagram." And then reportedly she changed her mind and she decided to table the plans for a little while. So there's this account on Instagram that is named after Meghan. And we think that it's hers right now. It is getting tens of thousands of followers per day. It has gained more than 140,000 followers this month alone. In spite of the fact that Meghan Markle has never confirmed that it's real and she's also not posted anything on it. In April, of course, Meghan signed up with a big talent agency, WME. They announced they would be focusing on building out her business ventures across multiple facets, including brand partnerships. This week, Page 6 has reported that Meghan has been in talks with a number of brands to work with and is especially keen to sign with luxe jewelers Cartier in conjunction with an Instagram reboot. Well, the Daily Mail didn't want to be left out of this news. So they've reported that Meghan might make up to $1 million per paid post on Insta. Well, we do know that Meghan loves money. So right now, her getting back on social media seems inevitable. It's a question of when, not if. But not so fast because actually, folks, I am not convinced that the debut of Meghan's account is the best thing to do here. Actually, Meghan stands to lose just as much as she stands to gain. See, once Meghan opens this Pandora's box, it's not going to be an easy time trying to close it again. For Meghan and Harry, their only real asset is their royal status. Let's not forget the only reason we know anything about the two of them is because Harry was born into a family who can trace their lineage all the way back to the 9th century. But that royal status is an intangible and a pretty fragile thing. And it's going to really be messed up if they decide to go down the sponkin route. And once it's gone, it's never going to come back right now. Meghan and Harry exist outside of and above the celebrity ecosystem. They possess this otherness that really sets them apart from your normal A-listers. If you think about it, there is a big difference between somebody like Kim Kardashian, for example, whose money and fame and influence is built solely on her cunning. And then Meghan Markle, a woman whose global fame is just down to her membership through marriage of an ancient institution entirely founded on the concept of hereditary privilege. But if Meghan shows up on Instagram again, well, she stands to lose a lot of that royal fairy dust. Basically, she and Harry would be turning themselves back into ordinary people. No better than a reality TV star who decided to make some extra money by selling tooth whitening products in early 2020. Harry's own cousin, Peter Phillips, was ambassador for the cringeworthy ad that he did for a Chinese milk company. He was really playing up his connection to the royal family. And the whole thing was just incredibly. So the question that Harry and Meghan need to be asking themselves is, do they really want to follow in his footsteps? They need to carefully consider the fact that if either of them show up on social media to try to sell something, well, it's going to look like the money grab that it is. And even if the Instagram account is a 100% sponkin, maybe we see some photos and videos of Meghan and Harry carrying them trying to provide comfort to some underprivileged kids? Or maybe replanting some African trees while holding hands? Nothing is going to be able to cover up the fact that one of the motivating factors of Meghan's return to Instagram seems to be money. Of course, the sugars are going to make the argument why shouldn't Meghan try to make money off her connection to a family who were not very warm to her. And if that's what Meghan wants, then alright, fine, go get it, whatever. But the understanding needs to be that once Meghan is in the pocket of some big businesses, when she's being paid to wear some expensive shirts, she's going to be joining the Kim side of the table. And that's not a side of the table that you can come back from. The other thing to consider is that, aside from the occasional paid post, an Instagram account really needs some content. It is to be fed regularly to keep the fires burning. If Harry or Meghan or both of them start sharing their daily matcha lattes and random sunsets and start sharing some cute videos of Harry putting out the trash cans, they're going to be inviting the entire world to take a peek inside of that matcha Cheeto bubble that supposedly they've been trying to keep us all out of. Now, some would argue that in spite of what everybody thinks, especially the writers of South Park, Harry and Meghan never actually came out and said that they want privacy. But still, when they quit royal duties, they obviously wanted more control over their narrative. They wanted to have more control over what they were going to be sharing with people. So with a new social media account of Meghan's own, maybe Meghan and Harry could have more control over what parts of their life they showed to the world and when and how. But what they need to think about is once they invite the public into their home, once we see what's inside, it's not like they can really kick us out. And then we still have to wonder about Harry. So when this new Instagram account of Meghan's finally arrives, we got to consider, is this really the life that Harry wanted, them turning themselves into sponsored content to make some money? And we also got to consider if TikTok is actually outpacing and outstripping Instagram in terms of users, and the trillions of hours of use is really such a smart idea for Meghan to be going back on Instagram. But anyway, in 2019, when Harry and Meghan launched their charity and new Instagram presence, Sussex Royal, they amassed 1 million followers in 6 hours. So I would bet when soon enough Meghan goes live, that record is going to be left in the dust. And the time it has taken me to create this video, the account gained 2,000 more followers. So it looks like even if it's only short-term, Meghan's account will experience some degree of. And you, what do you think about this conspiracy? Let us know your opinion below in the comments. Don't be afraid to like and share my video with anybody else who also needs at any time you want. And besides that, please subscribe to our Kate Middleton and the Queen News channel to get more interesting videos in the future. Thank you so much for watching. Good night. And we'll be back to